Not to be monodramatic or anything, but I think I'm bleeding. Hey everyone, it's Miss Solus, and today we are doing fake wounds. As you can see, this one looks pretty legit. Obviously that because I did that, but anyways, I will be showing you how to do these different kind of wounds, and there are going to be 4 different ones. It's going to be in a 3-part series for these extensive wounds. The first one is with plain makeup, no latex, no nothing, something you can do very easily with paints or even eyeshadow. Black and red and purple usually do a pretty good job, and a little fake blood. Or you can use dark red lip gloss for blood. Believe it or not, it's very easy. If you want me to, drop a link down and I will show you how to do wounds and bruises with makeup, not paints. Anyways, so that's the first one, is with normal makeup. The second one is with latex, and this is how this one got there. This is actually made from latex, so it looks like there's actual tissue in there, so it looks pretty kick-ass. And the third one is with fake skin, which is how most people would do it, most effects makeup. And the fourth one is going to be used with paper, tissue paper, and cotton. You heard me right, tissue paper and cotton. I will show you how to do that. And again, this will be a 3-part series, but I will show you. So let's get into it, and I will show you how to make the first 2 with latex and plain makeup. Let's jump into it.
Hello everyone, it's Miss Solus, and today we are going to make fake wounds using 4 different types of ways. This will be a 3-part series. First one with makeup, the second one with liquid latex, the third with fake skin, and the fourth with tissue paper and cotton. So what we're going to need for the first one is liquid latex. I'm going to use a toothpick for this because it gets really messy if you use brushes, you can't get it out. So this is the better alternative, and it's just easier in all general. So you're going to make a elongated shape of like a cut or scar, I guess you could say.
Not knowing the damage it could cause, I'm telling you.
And you can really put this anywhere, do this type of wound with latex, anywhere you really want. It's just easier to show on a arm, or in this case the wrist, but you can do it on your arm, leg, chest, even your face. It comes off pretty easily, and it actually doesn't hurt that bad when you do take it off. So now that we have the basic shape, I'm actually going to show you something really cool that will make it even more realistic. Now I'm going to take my toothpick again and start putting some latex on the inside, making basically what you could say cut flesh, tendons. Make it as hard and rigid as you can. The more globbed in some places, the better. It's literally going to look more legitimate and more realistic once you apply the makeup and blood. Now that it's dried a bit, I'm going to start putting black mostly on the inside. I'm not going to do too much of the outside edges. I'm going to do most of that in red.
Cause I'm too much of a good thing. My eyes kept you blind to my lies as my lips destroyed your soul.
So now I'm going to really darken up that inside, and it's going to be really good for just the effect once it gets really dark on the inside and a little bit lighter on the outside. It's just going to give that really dark effect, especially once you add the red and fake blood to it. Now that I got most of the black on that I want and I like how I have it, I'm actually going to start putting some red into the wound, and don't worry if it goes on to the outside. You're going to be using a bit of red on that part too. So just make sure that you got a good amount of red on the inside, covering up a little bit of that black, because you want it to look very, very dark red, which will give it depth. It will have that realistic wound look to it because of the red and black mixture. Alright, now that we have the black and red mixed, we are going to start on the outsides with just a bit of red. And if you want to, you can, if you're using a palette and not a cream base, if you want to use the black and red mix that you've created, that is just fine. That'll make it nice and dark, because I mean, blood isn't bright red, it's usually pretty dark. So you want to go on the outside of whatever latex was now showing, and you want to basically cover that up and just give it a red glow, kind of like it's irritated. The skin has been irritated around the wound. As you can tell, it is a bit a different color from the inside. That's what you want. Now take your gel blood and start applying it within the wound. This will help with the consistency of a wound, especially in the inside. You can use normal, fake, basic blood like you get on a palette pack, but it's better if you use the gel blood because it gives the correct consistency.
Every night she smiles that evil grin. Their concrete walls could never keep me in. Every night I create another sin.
Now with the gel blood, you can lay it on pretty thick. It will definitely do some wonders. It will look better if you do, because I mean, it's a cut. It's pretty gruesome and nasty. So I'm going to lay it on pretty thick. So now I'm going to take my brush again and just go around the edge, making it just a tad bit darker now that the blood has been added. Just cleaning up the edges, really. And if you want, you can actually like detail it just a tad bit, kind of like what I am. But it's mainly just for a cleanup job. And you mainly want to use the black-red combination, so it's a little bit darker than it was before. You're basically just trying to cover up the whatever's left of the liquid latex that didn't get covered. This is the final gruesome product. As you can see with the latex, it does make it look like it was deeply cut. Now you can put some more runny fake blood to make it drool and make it even that much worse looking. So onto the second one, we're going to use basically just paints. That's all you're going to need is the red and black of a paint palette. So you're going to start with the black and do the same things you did with the liquid latex and make the wound shape. Now the wound shape, it can be small, it can be large, it can be all depending on what you want to do. Now I'm going to start taking the red. I know, sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to start taking the red and going around the black ever so carefully, and if it goes inside the black, that's perfectly fine and it makes it a little darker. that will actually add just a little bit more to the effect of it.
Shadows light, the darkness is my final right. I can see the crimson man through the darkness my skin. I've been cursed by shadow's sight. I can only see through the black of night. I'm a night crawler blinded by all lights. A creature of...
So we're going to give you a close-up of how the work has been going. So as you can see, I am starting to darken up the red edges, and I'll probably darken up in the middle too, and probably even use some of the red and the black to mix just a little bit and make it that much more effective. So now we have the finished product of what we're going to do with the paints. As you can see, it is pretty dark. It does look a little convincing, but we are going to add some fake blood. That will even make it more convincing. As I struggle to get the cap open. There we go. I win. We are going to apply the fake blood basically in the middle of the wound and all around it, mainly where the black is. That's where you want the main stuff, and it goes outside into the red. That's perfectly fine.
Shadow and night, a night crawler living in shadow's light. The darkness is my final right.
So as you can see, it's mainly coagulated in the middle, and I am slowly just bringing it out just a little bit to the red. And as you can see, the black has now made the fake blood a little bit darker looking. Now that we have the blood in, it's kind of coagulated in the middle. That's kind of what we want, and have the effect that we want without effects makeup like skin or latex. So it's good for amateurs and just people who want to do something really cool on the fly.
So that's how you make those really gruesome, bloody, simple wounds without having all the techniques. And I hope you guys really like this. I hope this tutorial help for your effects needs and just to freak people out. And it can be done anywhere on the body, not just the wrist. It can be done on a neck, on a leg, arm, whatever, your face. So, and until next time, have a great day and beautiful life. Bye, guys!